I've shot most all the banks at the Grand.
Yeah.
I think there's some that I really like. There's not a lot that I really hate. When it goes to picking banks, what do you think people should be looking for when they're pre-squatting? I mean, obviously you pick them because they're where you're by. You know, you're not really saying, oh, well, these are the best banks. It's just, I'm over here, I'm selling guns over here, and this is kind of where I like to be.
It's all preference. I mean, I do like times a little bit better than banks. I mean, I've shot on some bad banks at clubs before, but had good times. I like that sun to be.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Like, share, and subscribe. This podcast is sponsored by the following. Remington, made with pride in the USA. Iconic American impact. Wenig Custom Gun Stocks. Head on down for your custom fitting. Remember, winners shoot Wenig. Shot Tracker. Like having a coach on your barrel. For more info, go to takeaimtech.com. Life is too short to miss. RM Shooting Clinics. Helping shooters from coast to coast. Have Ricky take your game to the next level. Zach Nannini at Northwestern Mutual. Trusted advice from someone you know. We believe in putting people first. Other supporters for Trap Talk. The Nevada State Trapshooting Association. Don't miss their 75th annual state shoot this October in Las Vegas. The NSTA puts on some great shoots, and they're going big for this year's state. Go to nvtrap.com to check out their program and all other shoots as well.
Welcome to another episode of Trap Talk. Zach Nannini here, your host and co-host, Richard Marshall Jr. Welcome to the show, Ricky.
What's up?
How's your day today?
It's good. I'm just getting over coming back from Iowa State shoot. Got home last night, got the fifth wheel unloaded and everything unpacked, and been washing stuff since last night to get ready to turn around and leave on Friday for the Grand.
Yep, then that's the topic of our show today. I know we had some people send in some questions about, what's the Grand America all about? What do you need to do? What are some of the places you need to hit? So we wanted to do a segment today just talking about going into the Grand America, what to expect and what that looks like. But before we get into that, tell me how Iowa went. How did you shoot? I heard Dagan shot really well. I heard
Dagan shot good. The person that shot well, there was a few people. Ryan Glow shot lights out. He shot with me. My squad consisted of myself, Ryan Glow on 2, Wyatt Debris on 3, my son Tyler on 4, and then Justin Debris on 5. And so we replaced with Ryan this week. Last week was Jason Krause. And so Ryan shot awesome. I mean, he broke a 99 in the first handicap, I think it was. Him and Peter Walker, there was 3 of them, if I remember correctly. And then Ryan on Friday broke all 200 doubles. So they shot the class doubles in the morning, and then we went right back out and shot the championship doubles. And Ryan broke all 200. Wyatt went 9,900. I went 97, 99, missed my 50th on the first 50. I wasn't real happy about that, but
it happens.
It is what it is. And then Glow ended up winning the shoot off. He went 140 with Matt Bartholow. Came down to those 2, and he won that. And then shot the singles Saturday. Myself and Wyatt broke 200s. Glow broke 199. Justin had 197, and my son Tyler had 196. But we all broke the back 100 except for Justin. He missed on the second box, and so we had a 499, and so we were giving him some crap about that. I did a squad picture, and I was actually gonna Photoshop in a clay target like on top of his head or something, and he's like, "I will take you out." So we'll see. That still might come up, but
it happens. I mean, I don't know.
And then we shot off. So I'll go with Glow's deal. Then Sunday, Glow broke 99 in the handicap, missed his 81st, and he broke a 398 in the all around. He won the all around outright. He had a 1080 in the overall, won the overall outright, and he ended up just a little short of the 10,000 because Iowa gave away the 10 grand. But there was only one 100 broke at Iowa, and that was by Peter Walker from Minnesota.
Yeah,
and
I know
that
Peter.
was on Friday. Great guy, shot awesome, and he's going to be on the show. We're hoping to get him on here, but he won the 10 grand. He was the only 100.
I know he broke his first 100 from the 27 a week before.
Yeah.
And then he broke that one. And, you know, it's crazy how that happens, because I remember when I broke my first one, I think I broke my second one within 10 days also. And, you know, it's just one of those things where I think when you're on a hot streak, it's always nice to keep it rolling and shoot while you're hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that was the thing. I mean, you know, that's awesome that Iowa did that, gave away the 10 grand. And to anybody breaking 100, if there was multiples, they would shoot off on Sunday for it. But he was the only 100, so he won the 10 grand. But as far as the way we shot, I mean, I had a good shoot. I was runner up in the overall, tied with Peter. That's another story. I'll get to that in a second. But I actually won the first doubles on Tuesday. And then I won the handicap. I think it was Thursday's President's handicap. I broke a lone 98 in the morning. It was pretty windy.
Yeah.
And great, you know, good targets. They were a little higher, but had an 8 and I missed one on the next to last post, but won that outright. And then I broke all the singles all week, and we went 300 in the shoot off, and I missed in that 12th round against Hunter Sproul.
Yeah, I seen that. Hunter broke the 200. I mean, I know there was a lot of 200s. I think there was 9 of them total. Is that correct? Or
there was 10 total, 9 out of state.
9 out of state.
One lone in state. And then it was a junior shooter, and he ended up winning the all around too with a 396. So, but so yeah, we were up till, well, we started shooting off about 7, and it was like 10 something we were done, and we grabbed something to eat.
I know it was time for dinner.
Oh yeah, well, we stopped at B-Dubs. That was the only thing open, and had a beer and some wings, and came back, and my calves were on fire from, you know, shooting 300. But
yeah, that's
so
a 500
target day.
500 target day.
Yeah, and so I just said, well, I want to, you know, and I was actually going to quit at 200. I thought about it. I was like, man, if we're still tied, I want to break this 100 straight tomorrow, you know. And I'm like, no, I'm staying out here. I had a flat with me, and I said, I got more flats in the truck, and then boom, I missed one. So, you know, congrats to Hunter. You know, he shot really well. We had some interesting wind come in while we were shooting. It got real cool and real windy, and there was a storm out to the north and such. But so then Sunday, like I said, I broke a 97 in the handicap. You know, Glow had a 99, Wyatt or Justin had 95, Wyatt had 94, and my son had 91. But I had 396 in the all around, and then a 1072 in the overall. And Peter and I tied in the overall for runner up. So I said, well, we can flip, you know, that's fine. I'm leaving. So he flipped the coin in his camper, and I said, I'll take heads every time. And it came up heads. And then he called me back, and he goes, hey, we're tied for 3rd in the handicap. I said, well, we can flip or you can take it. But he said, no, we'll flip again. So he flipped her again. I call heads again. He goes, damn it, you won again. So he goes, I'm getting a new coin. So, but it was a good shoot. You know, Iowa always throws good targets over there. They, this $10,000 deal, I think that needs to catch on a little bit, get more people. I know there's other state shoots going on. You know, North Dakota's the same time. Yeah. Indiana was the same time this year. So that kind of hurts it.
Yeah, I hear that. I really wanted to come. I was coming the whole time, and then I kind of got under the weather and just decided to stay home. But that's great shooting for everyone that was able to get there and shoot the targets and make the shoot offs. I mean, and congratulations to Hunter for going 300 straight, because that's I mean it's never easy when you go more than 200 on top of 200. I mean, breaking 200's a feat in itself, but then when you start stacking on 4, 8, 12 boxes, I mean, it's a lot.
It was, and it's, I mean, it was one of them things, I broke all singles all week, and I was tickled, with that. And then we're driving to eat dinner, and it was me and Glow and my wife and my son and Tyler's girlfriend, Hope, and we're driving to get something to eat, and Tyler goes, "Dad, how many does that make straight for you?" And I go, "Well, I was 400. And he goes, no, it was shoot offs. And I was like, well, before I missed, I thought back through Wisconsin, because I won the singles in Wisconsin. And I was like, it was about 1,050 with shoot offs.
Yeah.
And he goes, he still hasn't got his 200 yet, but
yeah, he's got
I'm going to say with the way
he's 1,000.
Well, way he's shooting right now, I'm hoping at the Grand that he can get that 200, because he's got the mental capacity. Last year he shot off with 199s, and he won 100 some of the shoot off for the first time of ever shooting off at the Grand. And everybody's like, "Oh, were you talking to him about all that?" I said, "No, I just told him, you have a job to do. Go do your job.
Get it done. Don't mess around."
Like we always tell him, let him know you're here. Let him know you're here.
Hello, Trap Talk listeners. Zach Danini here. I'm really excited to announce that we're giving away this shot tracker. This shot tracker was talked about in episode number 28 with Jim, Robert, and Ricky. We go over the technology and how it can help you shoot better scores. That being said, all you have to do to enter in for this is go to our YouTube page at Trap Talk from the Back Fence, like and subscribe our channel. Once you're subscribed, you're automatically in for the drawing. We're going to be drawing this thing on August 7th at the Grand America and giving this bad boy away to a lucky listener. It's worth over $1,000, and I'm really excited to do this. Thank you to everyone at Shot Tracker that made this possible.
To get on to the Grand, obviously we're all heading up there this week, and it's getting started. First, we have the AIM Championships. That's this weekend. And then next Tuesday, they open up the registration for the main week. And then Wednesday, we start shooting the Grand America, correct?
Yeah. This year's they have an off day in there Tuesday, which would be the first time for that, where there's no shooting. So I'm going to try to do some lessons. I got a few people that want some stuff. I'm going to probably have to limit it, because I got a lot of stuff to do. I know we got some recording to do and interview stuff, and you're going to be sitting inside there getting squads changed.
I'll get it all worked out, Rick. Don't you worry about it. So one of the questions that we got from our listeners is, is the Grand a good place to get a gun? And if so, where do you start? Like what?
Well, Rick Marshall. I sell them all.
So I mean, will you be, I guess you're at Game Masters, right?
Yeah, we have a building there, Game Masters. So we carry everything. Krieghoffs, Perazzi, Kohler. We have some Zoli, Silver Sights, Beretta Premium. We are a Beretta Premium dealer. But we have about everything you can imagine, new and used. So yeah, anything you need, I can help you out.
The thing that I always liked about it, and I don't know if it's still this way, but when I went to the Grand in Vandalia the first time and I was kind of looking at guns, is I went and found kind of a lot of used guns. And, if you paid, you could just go take it out and shoot it and kind of feel it out and see how that works, depending on, what it is. I mean, is that still, do they still have demo guns at some places down there?
Oh yeah. So the best thing to do for the Grand, if you're wanting to purchase a new gun or even a used gun, come to the Grand. All the manufacturers will be there. So Krieghoff, Perazzi, Beretta doesn't have a building there anymore. They used to, or do they still have? No, they still have part of the building.
I think they do. I think Kohler. I think
Kohler does. So Kohler, I know for a fact, Kohler, Perazzi, and Krieghoff, all three of those have demo guns. that they will set up to you, and you can take them out to the demo field and shoot, practice, start, singles, handicap. I think they have a doubles field too. That they can do. Zoli will be there. Norbert Hausman. Yep. So they'll be.
Blaser has one too.
Yep. They all pretty much every manufacturer will be
everybody. And if you look at the line, it's broke down into two spots. You have the main vendor row, which is out on the left-hand side, which is the
west side.
The east side, right?
West side is the
west side.
Vendor is the vendor buildings. The east buildings. Side, starting at Bank 5, practice through Banks, I think it's 7, 8 is the tent vendors.
So west side where they have all the buildings, and then the east side's where all the tent vendors are at.
Yep.
And then from there, I mean, the more of the tent vendor side is like the lemonade stands and decot and like some what do they have? The leather place, Shamrock leathers, all that kind of stuff is on that side for people to see. And I think you really got to take at least a day or two just to walk all of it. I would say you take a day on the west side and a day on the east side if you're really wanting to see everything.
Yeah.
I always end up on the east side because they've got the butcher's block sandwiches over there. So that's kind of my shameless plug to go over there and eat sandwiches every day. But yeah, I mean, they
I know this year you're going to have your credit card on hand there. So, we have Team Nanini's,
it's a Trap Talk deal. We'll just put it through. Rick, I don't know.
No. This isn't Trap Talk. This is Team Nanini.
Well, I don't know if Team Nanini or Trap Talk can afford to feed you all week at the Grand. That's a big expenditure. I'll try. No. I'll do my best. So that being said, are there any must-do things at the Grand that you would recommend for people that are coming for the first time? I mean, is there any special vendor spots that they should definitely head up, or any recommendations?
Just walk through all the vendors and stop in, see if they have anything. Some of them will do, Grand pins, some will have special Grand deals going on, shirt deals a lot, some of them selling cheap shirts and, little memento to take home with you or whatever. But they are, I know this year, the Sparta Chamber of Commerce is doing the coins.
The Leo.
And it's got Leo's picture on the back.
Yeah, those are really cool. So, I might have to go pick one.
Yeah, I'll definitely, Leo was my buddy. Fortunate to shoot with him quite a bit, and take the wrath of the big L, beating on you. But
it's not like you could stop him. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
he's big.
You could just try to contain him every once in a while. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing that. That'll be located in the Central Intro building. They always have a table set up in there. So, stop in there. Get one of those coins. I mean, it's a cool, memento to take home. I know I'll have one. Probably one for me. One for Tyler and one for Trey, and I'll probably get one for my dad too. Trey knew Big L a little bit better than Tyler did.
Yeah.
Because Trey was always with me, back then. So he knew him quite well. But I would just say is take it in. Show up. They got all kinds of extra events. I don't even have a program in front of me.
I know they have a nostalgia event. That's pretty cool.
They're doing the nostalgia.
They got I think a pump event down there, I think.
They're doing a pump. They're doing
there's a white flyer shootout.
Well, yeah, if you want to come and watch the blue-gray shootout, that's an awesome little event. They're doing, White Flyer, sponsors that. I'll be competing in that. That's kind of more of a missing out now versus
in that this year.
What's that?
We'll both be in it this year.
Oh, you got in it?
I know they went. They asked for filler material. They threw me in there.
I'm just messing with you.
But
you were like, oh man, really?
So that's Monday night, and that's opening ceremony. So I mean, you break it out in the grands, basically 2 shoots. You got preliminary week and then you've got the grand week. And, they do a really big event there Monday night to open up the grand. And that's where we have the blue gray, and White Flyer does a great job of representing that. And if you haven't been at the grandstands, that's probably where you're going to want to congregate on Monday.
That's on August 7th is when that's taking place. And they'll do a big fireworks show afterwards. But I would say to people is, there's all sorts of side events. You can get on shootata.com and pull up the grand program. And there's some, different events on there. I know they got an extreme challenge. I think that's the weekend before. And, that's with different traps, different yardage deal.
Yeah.
They have the doubles, handicap doubles, just different events you kind of sign up for and, fun little deals, to do. But I would recommend is going and just watching, if you want to see some of the top shooters, go watch, where they're shooting at.
And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I did when I went to the grand is just follow around at some level. Like, don't be creepy about it, but just like, oh, Leo's shooting over there, and go watch. And like, you don't want to like go up and stand right next to him when he's shooting, or like, ask him questions in between boxes. That's probably a bad idea. But like, I would see him and I'd be like, oh, that's Big L. I'm going to go watch him. Or, oh, Sean Hawley's over there. Or, Ricky Marshall, whoever it was, go watch him and try to pick some of that away. The good news is when you get to the clay target night, a lot of the big names are going to be out there, so you can really go out there on the clay target shoot off night and watch a lot of the, the greatest trap shooters to walk, shoot. And for whatever reason, I feel like the targets just get smoked a little harder on clay target night. Like when you look at the breaks, they're just like, Ricky hits one. It's just this big old billowing black cloud. And I'm like, damn, I don't think he hit them that hard during the day, but on that night, just under those lights, they just get crushed.
Yeah, it's one of those things, come and watch people shoot, go see what they're doing, and, just hang out, ask questions, go up, introduce yourself. I had some kids over in Iowa this week, they came right up and say, hey, I've been watching your podcast, and a lot of parents actually this week. And, thanked us for doing a good job. And I said, yep. I said, Zach and I feed off each other. I said, but these kids that came up, I had 2 that I can remember, that just stand out. And the one kid just walked right up and he stuck his hand out. He said, I'm so-and-so, I'm watching you shoot. I'm watching your podcast. Nice to meet you. I was like, that kid's going to be something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are just shy. I mean, they don't,
I love that. I love that people are getting out of their comfort zone and they're just kind of getting out there and learning and being better. And I think the grand is one of those shoots that if you're not going to it, ladies and gentlemen, you got to put it on your calendar because you get to see everybody. I mean, everybody's going to be at the grand. Yep. If I could pick one shoot a year that I'm going to go to, it's the Grand America. I mean, that's the one that I think everyone coast to coast needs to hit. That being
absolutely.
Said,
you want to go to the grand. If you can't shoot the whole thing, and here's the other thing we should talk about for just a second on this, Zach, is so the grand consists of the 2 shoots. You got prelim weekend, and then prelim week, and then you have the grand week. So grand week is usually 100 or 200 targets a day. That's it. Okay. Now in the prelims, you can shoot Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 300 a day. So in 5 days, you can get 1,500 targets. In the grand, you're shooting 1,100 targets.
Yeah. Over 6 days.
Yeah. So I always tell people, the grand week is more important. But if you're looking for the most bang for your buck target, wise.
Yeah.
Than the prelims.
If you're wanting to shoot the most amount of targets, I think prelims the great way to go. I think if you want to have the accolade of having a chance at winning the greatest honors, then obviously you have to be there for the grand week. I mean, not saying that they're not going to remember you if you win the NRA singles champion on the weekend before, but if you win the clay target, you're going to be on the cover. So,
absolutely.
So
no, that's the thing. So it's, pick shoes. I know, a couple weeks off for people is tough. So, but it's a great time. I shoot down on the west ends. I like those in front of the
now,
vendor
do you
buildings.
shoot there the whole time, Rick?
Yeah.
So
We have a vendor building there. So, and a lot of my sponsors there, White Flyer, Fiocchi, we usually shoot right out in front of Fiocchi. White Flyers down all the way at the east side of the vendor buildings. So they're in front of the demo field and Krieghoff. So, a lot of times I'm in Fiocchi and Game Masters. So it's just, it works out, the best for me.
Yeah, and now to bring that up, because we did have some questions about times and banks.
I'm the guy that likes to shoot late on the first event, first out or second out on the usually second out on the second event, and then first out on the last event.
And that's what I prefer also. I think I'm going to pick light more than banks, but it's so wild because there's some high-end shooters that like certain banks and they're on those banks every year, but it's not the same. Like you'll have Keith Ditto and he's all the way on the east side, like way, 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 way down there. Right. And then you've got some shooters that are really great, like in the middle banks. And then you've got some shooters that are great on kind of that 5 through 9 zone. And then you've got you over there on the, on the west side, which, I mean, I think you're one of the top shooters that I know that shoots exclusively on the west side.
And I've shot, I mean, I broke 100 handicap on like bank 15, 16, whatever it was. I don't, personally, I like it there because then I'm more relaxed with, the buildings. If I'm selling guns, got to run in and take care of business.
And when you're
versus being all the way down at the other end and then having to drive back and then drive there. And it, a lot of time, a lot of wasted energy, and the Grand's an important shoot. I mean, it's, it's the granddaddy of them all for trap.
I would say that for me, if we're going to focus on that, people should really pay attention to where they're staying, because if they've got a camping spot and it's right in front of bank 12, then maybe they should try to pre-squat around that zone, just because you're at your camper. You want to get to that spot, right? You want to get to that bank and check it. And you don't want to waste a lot of time. And because it's so hot and it's so long, you don't want to be not rested. And I know how hard it is to work the shoot and to shoot. And you do that every year. And it's kind of amazing. But it's obviously stressful, and it takes a lot out of a guy to be back and forth and back and forth. But if you're over in the premium sites all the way on the east side, you're probably better off getting, bank 19 to 23, 24, right in front of you than having to run all the way down.
Actually, if you're in that side, the easiest way is probably that bank 14, 15's right out, because as you're driving out of the campground,
it hits right there.
Yeah, it hits there. But yeah, it's, with selling guns, I know last year at the Grand, I broke the doubles, and in between that and the shoot off, I sold like 3 guns. My wife's like, "You need to be rested." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll get enough rest when you're dead." So,
is there anything that you do from a physical standpoint to prepare yourself going into the Grand? I mean, because it's going to be so hot and because it's going to be so long and there's so much shooting, or is it just, I mean, I
drink lots of water.
Lots of water. And that's what I'm at too. I mean, I have this Brita filter and I drink, probably a gallon of water a day or even more going into the Grand just to hydrate. Is there any essential things that you would tell people they should have in their shooting bag, or they should make an attempt to bring?
Here's what I'll say. And usually I have a side-by-side, or golf cart or something. Justin always has his side-by-side. We have a cooler in that. But have a cooler, have water, have some, Powerade, Gatorade, any of these, hydration packets. because it can get hot in Sparta, as we know. I mean,
yeah,
we were fortunate at Iowa. It was nice. Although Sunday, it was the old Iowa. It was hot, and I'm just going to get prepared for the Grand. This week's going to be a busy week for me. Getting stuff done around here. My wife's out of town. She had to fly out to the West Coast to work, to your, famous state,
my
land
old
of fruits and
stomping
nuts,
grounds.
California. So, she's out there all week, and she gets back, and then boom, we'll take off. So I'll be just really, busting butt from sun up to sundown to get stuff done, and camper packed back up, and sweating, and shells loaded up, for Tyler and I, and
a lot of shells.
So, but have little snacks, if it's little fruit snacks or anything, to have.
One thing that you turned me on to that I love is that headband that you wear.
Yeah. I got to order a couple more of those.
I think they were halo headbands.
The halos, those things work,
So, I mean, I think big thing is the hydration. You got to have water. And I'm almost drinking a bottle of water every box I shoot at the Grand. I mean, 4 boxes, it's almost 4 bottles of water, probably 3 to 4. But that headband is crucial. The thing that I really like, and I don't know where people are getting it, I just get mine from Amazon, but it's the stuff that makes your hands a little bit tacky. I think it's called Pro Grip. But
so I've got some prints and it's called Grip Plus. I can see it. It's on my desk here up top.
Well, I buy that Grip Plus, and you can get it on Amazon. But you put that on your hands, and tennis players use it, and it really tacks everything up when you're sweating, because with that much water and that much heat, you're sweating. I also think it's helpful to have a couple extra towels in your shooting bag, clean ones, in case
absolutely
you got to dry yourself off, or in case you got to clean your lenses. I also like having those disposable Zeiss lens wipes. I think those are pretty much a game changer. I throw a bunch of those in my shooting bag all the time, just because I don't have to worry with those sprayers and all that crap, but I mean, those are kind of the essentials that I think everybody needs to have. But somebody did tell me you're going to want to keep something with electrolytes, because it is really hot out there.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't, I mean, you can have heat stroke, and that's not good at all.
It does drop some people sometimes when they don't come into this thing and they're not prepared. They haven't drinking enough water, and they're not watching, and they're straining themselves, and they go down. And that's very sad. We don't want to see that. So
no. So what was some other questions that some of the listeners had, Zach?
We covered a lot today, Rick. The things that we wanted to know, kind of where should you shoot, what times a day, what are the main things to go do at the Grand. People ask where are the places to eat. We talked a little bit about the Butcher's Block. I always like to support the local places, like the Mexican restaurant in downtown. I think it's La Taqueria or La Tequilas. I really like going down to that barbecue place. What's it called? Smashed and Smoked, or
Smoked and Smashed. That was good. Remember last year, we went down there, and they had good food. The what's the other one? I just saw it. The Goat. We always go down there. Usually we go down there the last night and have dinner. And last year we went down there, and then we went over a couple doors down. They had the little, gaming machines,
the slot machine.
The little slot machines. Went over there, stuck 100 in, and left with 2,400.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you have all this good luck, because everywhere you go, every time we go anywhere, you're always
living,
slot
Zach.
machine.
Clean living.
Well, I'm trying my best here.
Try harder.
So, I mean, we talked about kind of the things to do. I think that watching the shoot-offs are the musts.
Yep.
Opening and closing ceremonies are a must. Ask the All-American night, or Meet the All-Americans night is a pretty good night to go up there, because they've got, I think, beer and and like hot wings and stuff that night.
Yeah, little snack foods, and yeah, they do some stuff. But stop in, Zach and I are shooting together. We're shooting together in Bullard and Justin Debris.
That full first week we will shoot together.
The first week,
kind of break off.
And Shay Skaggs is shooting with us. So she's on Team Fiocchi with me. So we will we're shooting down the West End. We'll be hanging out in, I'll be in Fiocchi. Most of the time I'll be in Game Masters, but Fiocchi, we have in Game Masters, Shot Tracker will be in there. So if you want to come demo one, stop in, get one. We'll have them for sale. So stop in and get one from us. And if you got any questions on that, Jim will be there.
Yeah, and if anybody hasn't seen the video that released yesterday, we are giving away a shot tracker.
Yep.
So, all you've got to do is go onto our YouTube channel, Trap Talk from the Back Fence, and subscribe and like us. And if you do that, you're automatically entered in for the drawing. And we're going to draw it on that Monday of opening ceremony. And we're going to send it to a listener. So you don't have to be there, don't need to be present. But if you are at the Grand and you win that night, I'll just walk it over to you because I'll have it with me. So, I'm excited to see everybody. I know we got a lot of great content that we're going to shoot. I know we've got some things lined up, which is really exciting. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't have anything more, Rick, that we're missing, I think this is a good spot for us today.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm looking forward to the Grand. I'm looking forward to everybody, seeing everybody, old friends, meet some new friends as we do every year.
Yeah.
Like I said, anybody out there got any questions, stop in and see us. We'll be doing some recording at the Grand. We can get some kids and just kind of everybody.
For sure. I'm going to be pretty much with Rick all week. I'll be a little bit more in the Remington Federal Store here and there, especially on the AIM weekend. If anybody wants to say hi, we're definitely going to be down at Wenig, looking at all the beautiful wood, maybe having a cocktail or two after hours. But it should be a good
sponsored by Team Nanini.
Always sponsored by me.
Yeah. And one other quick thing is Bear Pelt will be at the Grand too.
Okay.
They're coming in on, let me look here. I think they're coming in on the 4th or 5th and leaving the 9th.
Okay.
So they're going to be there for that weekend, I think through that Wednesday. But stop in. They're going to be in with in the Promatic building with Zoli and Clay Target Vision.
Awesome.
I think it's who it is.
Awesome.
That they're going to be in with. So anybody can stop in there and check out the vest, the pouches. I wear both. I've been wearing my pouches. I love them. Tyler wears his vest, 99% of the time to shoot in. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I appreciate you giving your time and your insight today, Ricky. I'm looking forward to seeing you. We're going to have a good time and looking forward to seeing everyone. And if you're a listener, don't be scared to come up and say hi to us at the Grand and give us some input and some ideas. We're looking to make this thing as great as possible. So
absolutely,
really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great Friday, and thanks for tuning in. Before I get out, I do want to say thank you to our sponsors. We want to thank Remington. Obviously, we'll be down there next week. Wenig Stockworks, RM Shooting Clinics, the one and only, Shot Tracker for giving us the Shot Tracker to give to our listeners. And Zach Nanini here. If you need a financial advisor, just come on up and say hi. So I hope you guys are doing great. Thanks for listening, and we're excited to see you soon.
See everybody at the Grand.
Thanks for tuning in to Trap Talk.